so much shit in here, dude. I'm not even gonna go in there. We got the first 9 stair I ollied, the first ledge I 3 flipped off of. There's a gap today. No, we're fucking going in there actually.
There it is.
I remember it was definitely in front of the house. So the black pavement in front of the house. Didn't even look at any curbs around me. It was all about like mastering the ollie or just like rolling around. But that expanded to the curb that was next to the black pavement, which was across the street.
The main curb is across the street at the elementary school, but this was a good one that me and my brother waxed up.
And then on the other side of our backyard was an elementary school that had curbs, stairs, bumps, all that.
And what do you think drew you into that particular school?
Maybe at the time, like the image or just the fact that you could, it seemed like you could be an individual, you could express yourself. There wasn't uniforms or like numbers. It was just like you can be yourself and do something.
But yeah, my brother was playing football. I think we were both playing hockey. I was playing soccer. And the more time spent out here, all those other sports were slowly just went away. There was jump off a building. And there was this certain angle of like Ed Templeton doing something. And his shoot, like just the angle of him rolling away. It just had me like think like this was like the toy machine like parking block. So I'd like ollie straight on 50-50s, and then come off on the side, and that's where I felt like, head in one of his clips and jump off a building.
Trick? I don't know. Maybe it was like a no slide. Not an ollie into no slide, but just like one of the no slides that you can just jam into. And then that turned into like no slides that were pretty long. But I remember that was like my thing.
Caught a fire there with my brother at one point. Found a lighter and there was paper and leaves, and we just decided to catch it on fire and just stare at it. But the curb, the main curb where all the locals, everybody, like it's in there, man. But this seems all like gated off properly.
I had an older brother that was into it. So we got into it from our friend Steven Dominguez. He was like the family friend, and his parents hung out with my parents. And when you're that age and you're skating, everything's a spot. It's like, oh, we're going off that curb. Oh, this curb's smaller. So to answer your question, from the school, we just had to go to the rec center.
These are like the little gutter things. That was like the favorite one. It looked really cool. And then you'd hit this one, push, then there's another one, and then another one.
I think the first competition, honestly, which was crazy, it was like a beautiful thing. It was such a synchronicity, but like my mother was part of this church called like Victory Christian Center. There was a skate shop out here called Subskates. The owner of Subskates went to Victory Christian Center, and me and my brother were like so into skating, and we're like finding the people at church that like skate. And if you didn't, like, we didn't want to hang out with you, you know, we just want to skate. If we had to go on our own mission, like, that's what it was. So yeah, it turns out that like the owner of Subskates went to Victory Christian Center, and that they held these like skate competitions at the church, and like the locals or like the pros at the time in Las Vegas would like come to, I don't even think me and my brother realized how big these fucking things were. Cause we were just like, oh, skating, oh, like, who do we know at church here? When there's like so many, just like Vegas is at this lot, your church lot that you go to on Wednesdays and Sundays. So to answer your question, like first competitions, I think were those, and like me and my brother did like terrible. But they happened so often, and we took skateboarding so good. Like my brother's one, he like ended up winning one. I got like second. I don't know if I ever got first there, but I get like third and second. Like we would take those seriously and like wait for those. And those expanded to like, there was like a Vegas Jam or some type of deal. They would do competitions at different skate parks. And that was a whole other thing. Like you had to get used to that. So it's like, I think I did terrible at first, but then I I ended up getting first place in advance at Anthem Skate Park. And I think that was like the hot new skate park at the time. Like, I'm so proud of that. I still got the fucking trophy.
I would skate all the way over here, but just like be so fucking pumped because everything was so cool over here. At first I'd ollie up that curb, drop off that curb, ollie up this curb. Oh, they fucking weirded it out. But that used to like roll like that, so you could like roll off it. You get the great like roll. So much, dude.
But maybe as I got older, hanging out with my buddies that were also sponsored by the skate shop, and we just wanted to get in trouble, maybe, you know, hang out with some girls or just have a good time, go to the house party, or maybe I started to lose interest in the competitive side just because I was like, I will never stop filming. So maybe these competitions can go on the side, you know?
But yeah, those people I saw like became my friends, like great friends. Life's so beautiful, you know, when you have an open heart.
So I moved to Lakewood, Long Beach when I was like 15, 16. But you're such a small fish in a big pond out there at that age. I remember sitting at the fucking lunch bench table by myself. Like, it's harsh at that age, dude. Like, you don't know anyone. Like, people would have like just hold a board with no trucks or wheels, and I was like, what the fuck is going on out here, you know? Like, this is Cali, like skating's everywhere. And there was a lot going on. I just needed to open my eyes a little bit more. But at that age, when you got something going on over in Vegas, you're the big fish in the small pond. You want to race back to that.
This was like my first like 9-stair ollie, if you will. But I think the first time I tried it and did it, I was just like cooking down this hill right here. Just maybe going way too fast and just like packing shit. And I had like all the homies like, oh!
So I got out of the competition things like maybe before I moved to Long Beach. Came back to Vegas. My mom let me like move back as a youngster.
We cut this perfectly, dude. And it was just this perfect little 5-stair rail.
Always skated, maintained like filming, but got into distractions again.
Him and his mother lived over here, dude. God bless them both, dude. This was like the house that we would just fuck off in, dude.
What snapped me out of that had me move to California, back with my mom.
Okay.
In the birth of skate, like where skating started, I didn't know that. I put this all together as I lived my life. I'm like, wait, it was like Marina del Rey, Venice, like Santa Monica, like where it all started. Like, I didn't know. It's like, oh, my mother lives here. Like, okay, like let me move back. Just fried. I'm 18, 19, fucking just fried in a way. And that was the most beautiful place where I could have like been taken out of distraction and restart skateboarding. I feel like I have this cycle that happens. So distraction, move to Cali, birth of skateboarding. That's where I started my video parts.